that's high profile national example, which is great. And I also want to give some folks an idea of what they might be able to do locally. And it seems as if you're saying, whomever you are, national profile, don't engage with these outlets that are dying, don't give them the oxygen. That there's also a lesson there about what we might do at the local level. What I hear most of all as I'm traveling the country from people like in this audience, I know you do as well, is, Kevin, what advice do you have for me talking to my local school board, talking to my local city council? They, of course, want to cancel us, but at some point, people are going to those meetings, especially school board meetings, because they are invested in it with their own kids and grandkids. What's your advice for them? Because and I think you know this, but our rationale at Heritage in asking that question is, we want this to be not just about DC and New York power centers. We want Americans after Saturday's tragedy to understand this is also about what we're doing in our lives on a daily and weekly basis, and to give people that advice about how to expand the ranks of this movement locally.
Well, I think Saturday is the inspirational moment to do that. And what's the lesson of Saturday? I mean, there are probably many lessons. One is, like, if a guy 150 feet away at a political rally climbs a ladder with a rifle, you know, maybe this whole system is not quite what we were told it is. Okay. Sorry. So there's that. But the big picture takeaway is bravery is the essential quality. It's the essential quality. What's the takeaway from Saturday? Trump's going to be president because he's brave. Period. Period. Like, actually brave. Physically brave. Like, facing death. Shot in the face. And unbowed. Unafraid. Defiant. And that's the only thing that works. And I do think there's been so much whispering among the persecuted right about, wow, you know, does this come to a time when we have to, like, physically fight back? And I don't think it takes that. It doesn't. You don't have to hurt anyone to save your country. You have to be willing to be hurt, however. Period. You have to be willing to make a sacrifice. You do. And I think people are cowards. I'm just saying that. Sorry. No one in particular. There are an awful lot of cowards, me sometimes too. But Trump is a reminder that doesn't work. The only thing that works is bravery. So if you walk into a school board meeting, the first thing they do is seize the moral high ground unjustly. These are the people who have the least claim on the moral high ground. They're amoral. They're filthy, actually. They're sexualizing your children. They should be in prison. But somehow they manage through rhetorical tricks to make you feel like you're the freak because you want them to get their tentacles off your kids. And you've already lost if you allow that. And so the way to approach them, I mean, it's a matter of employing words, but moral force. You will not do that. I will not accept that under no circumstance. I will do everything I can, as long as I draw breath, to stop you from doing that to my children. You have no right. What you're doing is totally immoral. It's criminal, and I will stop you. Period. You don't need to scream. And I think to say, when people approach you and say, well, if you're against this, you're a racist, or if you're against that, you're a whatever, they call you names, someone who's been called a few names, I can promise you that not one person calling you names believes that you are those things or even cares. In fact, they're almost always those things themselves. It's purely a leash around your neck designed to control you. It's a manipulation device. Everyone here knows that already. We've been going through this for many years. And so if you're still worrying about it, then that's on you. Like, I don't care what you call me, actually. I also don't care if you put me in jail. I really don't. I mean, Gandhi, I have mixed feelings about Gandhi, but he did end the Raj after he kicked the British out of India after 300 years. And all he did was talk and just stand there and be obstreperous in a peaceful way. And that worked. I mean, it's a little more complicated than that, but that's kind of fundamentally what happened. One guy was like, no. As Solzhenitsyn famously said, to bring down a tyranny, it takes one man who will tell the truth. That's it. And so I think it is as simple as that. I really do believe that. I know that sounds childlike, but it's demonstrable in history, and it's clearly true now. You don't need to, I would definitely not give up your guns ever under any circumstance. And they're going to try and make you do, oh, the real lesson of the shooting is you shouldn't be able to defend yourself. I don't think it is. The real lesson is you're dangerous, and you can't have power, actually. Because you caused this, as we all know. So, but the point is, don't let them seize the moral high ground. Stay calm, stay assured in your spirit that you are right, and be willing to make an actual sacrifice on behalf of your family and your country. And if you're not willing, well, then the country's going to go to them, and they're going to eat you. That's just true.
One of the other lessons, I think, too, is